Give yourself a hand, everybody. I want to say good evening to everyone. My name is Tony Boyce, and I'm running for South Carolina House District 25. And the reason why I'm running is because education is important to me. About 4 years ago, there was an article in the Greenville News that said less than 25% of the adults in Greenville County had at least a bachelor's degree. This being an economically progressive area, I was startled by this because I served as a pastor in a church near downtown. And I did further research, and I sat on a task force by the name of Alliance for Quality Education, Graduate Greenville. We found out that the graduation rates for our students was decreasing by about 3% every year. At the end of the research, I found that 60% of the African American community in Greenville County doesn't have a high school diploma. 600,000 adults in the state of South Carolina don't have a high school diploma. And 73.4% of the students in South Carolina public schools live in poverty. And so I came to several conclusions. Is that one of the things is when we talk about education, we tend to limit our scope to children in the classroom between the ages of kindergarten through 12th grade. So by working with the after-school program with the Urban League of the Upstate, a program called Urban Achievers, we find that many of our students who are struggling in the classroom, their parents can't even read or write. And so if we don't begin an initiative, an aggressive initiative to accommodate the learning needs of adults in Greenville, we're going to not be able to benefit from any economic development that takes place. There are programs that work. There's the Lifelong Learning Center that's here in Greenville. There is the Adult Ed Center that they have a program over at Council Square. Several of these programs participate with educating adults to help them get their GED. They're very successful. We just need to understand the size of the problem so that we can participate as either advocates or as tutors to help adults get their GED. The other problem is that when I talked to the Director of Lifelong Learning, Dr. Chuck Welch, he said that the adult ed program in Greenville County is currently funded at $180 per adult, where it needs to be funded at about $2,000 per adult. So it's being underfunded. So this is where we can take money that's from allocated for voter ID legislation and make sure that money is properly allocated to adult education. In the state of Tennessee treats adult education as an economic development issue, where in South Carolina we reject federal dollars and say we don't want that because of our own Southern pride. And so what I want to do is I want to be the one that can represent District 25, where we are heavily affected by a lack of adults not having basic education and their children are struggling in school. I think that children perform better in school when their parents are better educated. And so I want to be the one that represents District 25 because I don't believe education is dead. I just believe it's on life support. So our program is called Revive Education because I thought about this in a personal way. I went to see my uncle this morning. My father's brother had a car accident on 385, and when my father first learned about it, he was very upset. He thought that he possibly was fatally injured. But when I went to see him in the hospital in the emergency room, he was breathing fine. He was just on a breathing machine. And once I saw him, I had a great calm come over me. And so, just as with the program, instead of just talking bad about education and throwing it under the bus, we're not saying education is dead. We're just saying it's on life support. And it just takes people that really care, people who are really going to be committed to doing something about it to bring it back to life. So, if you want to be a part of that, I need your support. You can go to our website at reviveeducation.com. Thank you for your time. Give yourself a hand.
Also in District 25, Trustee Leola Ross.